we're going to go over a couple takedown techniques. This is a judo technique called Sumi Gaeshi. It means corner reversal, or it means to reverse, to flip, to turn over. Great technique against jiu-jitsu guys. In judo, the stance is a little more upright, all right, when we move around and we throw. In jiu-jitsu, it's like wrestling. It's a little more of a low stance. You even see guys that'll come out and they're like that guy in that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, you know, in the Kumite, fought like a monkey. You get guys, you know, and then of course you get the butt scooters, but guys have a lower stance. So you can't do a lot of classic judo throws that come in for a shoulder throw or hip throws and things like this, because their hips are way far back, because they're bent over like this. The Sumi Gaeshi is a great technique that works very, very well against someone who adopts this posture. So, if we're starting off and we haven't gripped yet, I need to arm drag him. I'm going to go ahead and get my hands on his arm and pull it across. If he's already gripped me, all right, I either break the lapel grip, or if he's got the sleeve grip, I can also break the sleeve grip here, and I arm drag, all right? I'm either going to do a traditional arm drag, where I grab the tricep and pull him across. I can get kind of that 2-on-1 rushing grip and drag him across here, or because it's gi, I like to get to the end of the sleeve and pull it across to my far hip. Once I've arm dragged him, I'm going to reach across his body. What I want to grab is the fabric right here. Imagine like his gi had love handles. That's what I want to grab. If I can't grab that, I want to go for the belt. It kind of depends upon the length of my arm and how big this guy is. If I have short arms, he's a big guy, I may only be able to get the fabric in the middle of the back. Doesn't matter, I just need to grab some real estate on his back side, preferably as far over as I can get. Once I get to this position, I need to put pressure on him to keep his posture broken. If he stands up and postures up, this technique won't work. So once I get the arm drag and reach across, I need to take the front of my shoulder and put pressure on the back of his. And I need to keep him bent over. If he starts to posture up on me, one of the things I can do is I can take my right leg and kick out the back of his left leg. That's going to break him down a little bit further, and he may put his hand on the mat, or he may bounce out a little bit to go ahead and keep his posture so he doesn't face plant on the ground. Once I've got him broken down like this, I'm going to take my outside leg, my left leg, and I'm going to step it up right next to my right leg, which at this point is standing more or less in the middle in between his 2 feet. So I take the left foot and I step it in right next to the right. Both feet are going to be pointing at his far leg, which is his right leg. Once I get in here, a couple things are going to happen. I'm going to be standing just on my left foot, so I have to transition the weight. Weight is on the right leg, left foot comes down, right leg is going to come up, and it's going to hook. My instep and shin are going to hook on the inside of his left leg. Once I'm there, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down very, very close behind my left heel, just like you would do for an arm bar. I don't want to lay back away from him. I want to sit straight down, so there's no space between my butt and my heel. Step in, and as I sit down, I'm going to pull up and over my right shoulder with whatever grip I have over the back, and I'm going to do like a butterfly sweep lift on the inside of his right leg with my right leg. As I do so, my eyes got to follow my pull, and I'm going to look up and over my right shoulder. I throw him over, I hold on to the sleeve. I don't want to throw the sleeve over. If I do that, he's going to roll with me and now we have a scramble. What I need to do is keep it glued to my hip. All right, he can't turn away from me now because I have this grip. He probably will eventually turn in towards me, but I'm going to put my head in his shoulder, I'm going to bridge up, cut my hips, and pin him in side control. And once I'm in side control, I can move to north-south, or any other position and hold them down a little more firmly and start looking for submissions after that. Alright. I feel like I need to insert another quarter. Alright, from here, I arm drag, reach across and get the back grip, either the fabric on the back. I step in, I sit down, pull up and over with the arm, lift up with the leg, throw him over. Retain the arm, don't throw the arm over. Hold on to it. Put my head on his shoulder, cut the hips, making his shoulder very heavy. I'm going to pin this down, and then from here, I pin him in side control. All right, any questions on the technique? Yes?
Is there a way that you could roll over into mount?
You can, it is tricky though. You can roll over into mount, you can give it a try, but when you roll over into mount, very important. Just like that backwards roll drill that we did for the warm-ups, as you roll over, open your legs wide. All right, because if I borrow Jerry for a second, if I go ahead and I get him in the Sumi Gaeshi position and I continue the roll over my shoulder so that I end up face down this time, very real possibility I'm going to end up right here. And now I have to fight my way at a half guard. So as you go over, when you're midair, before you're about to go belly down, open your legs so that you end on either side of them and end up in mount. It is possible, it is tricky. You can also roll all the way through and end up on side control on this side. Because a lot of guys, midway through on the takedown, are going to be looking to try and salvage some type of half guard or guard, I personally would recommend throw them into side control. It's safer. And that way you don't have to fight out of the half guard or the full guard. But yes, if you have the flexibility and awareness of where your legs are in space, by all means do it. All right. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Now, your hand that's over his back when you grab him and use the belt. When you roll him, do you kind of hold on to that so that
you hold on to it
so it's hard for him to?
Yes, it makes a little leash for him so he can't turn into you as easily. And once you put that head down on his shoulder, it won't hold him forever. All right, and that's why you got to turn belly down. But it will hold him long enough so he can't turn into you and get mount right off the bat. That's his own side control right off the bat. Yes, when you throw him, you pull up and over and you hold on to this. Because you've got a grip over here, it's harder for him to turn into you because you've got the fabric right there. And as he's trying to turn in, you have the fabric there. And then once you put your head in there, it makes it very hard. He's got to expend a lot of energy. He's got to be a lot stronger than you are to turn in. And you can't scramble away from you because you held that hand on your hip, cut your hips and go belly down, and then you got him pinned. All right, grab a partner, give it a try, please.